Hello.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Olive Gray Avenue. I'm Ruth. There's Steve. And we are going to start tackling one of the biggest undertakings in our house, which is organizing the garage. So this alcove back here has a water softener, but is kind of just wasted space. We have our hot water heater, the softener, and then really nothing else there. So we are going to be building a big shelving unit all the way up to help with all of this clutter and crap everywhere. So that is what we're going to be starting right now.
Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the videos, and also hit the subscribe button to see all our cool little videos, and the bell to be notified of when we premiere some new ones. So first things first, let's get cleaning. Hey.
So we have this area all cleaned up and we can start actually building the shelves. So we're gonna start all the way at the bottom on the floor and build a square box frame to build up off of. So we're gonna start with the box right there on the floor, a brace on this side behind me. Because we have this water softener, we're gonna leave this open, and hopefully that will allow for any moisture to get out and not rot any of the wood that we plan on putting here. So that's the plan. We're gonna start with the frame on the base and then build these studs out for our first layer.
You need this to stay still so you can like lean on it, kneel on it, whatever you want. This needs to be square against this. Hold that. Good. That's there. Now we drill. There goes. So we did the bottom, that's anchored down. And since the floors are usually not level, what we're gonna do here is use this laser level that's marked exactly at where we want that first shelf to be, 5 feet approximately off the ground. So with the level, we're now able to put these studs that we're gonna be placing directly on the wall where we want them to be. We're going to use the level to make sure that it's nice and level where we need it to be, and it is. And now I know that I can just mark where this laser hits because we're leveling it on its own here and not to the ground. Now I know if I cut here that it's going to be exactly at this line, and then as I move down to the other positions, I'll end up, well, this one's in the way, I'll end up with the same thing. So wherever I put it, I'll have a line, I mark, and I do all 4 corners all the way around. And that way I don't have to measure the distance. I just cut where I want that shelf to be. Make sure you're going as straight as possible. Nope. You just missed it.
Great.
These lines are where the wood needs to sit in, not the studs. Sorry if that was. You can push against it. Hey, let 'em out.
Oh.
Should be good if you can't pull it in and out. Yep, good. Probably yank that out if you wanted to.
Now we have the base of the shelving done. We have everything attached to the concrete. We have this first shelf done. Now what we're going to be doing is moving on up to the long shelves. Now this is one I wanted because we have a little mini fridge. We wanted to be able to put out here and have just a little bit smaller shelving than just a big area like the water softener is in. So that's left for that, but now we have a shelf here and then we're gonna be making a shelf up here. So what I'm gonna be doing, instead of kind of building a box like this, I'm gonna be doing braces along, I'm gonna be doing braces along the wall, and then building up off of that. So do you want me to lean over and push, or do you want to lean over and push?
I can lean over and push and do the work.
Okay, so we finished the bracing along the wall for this level of shelves. I was gonna keep going and build out the rest of the brace for this level, but I decided that the easiest thing to do would be to finish the bracing for each level of shelves all the way up before I add the front piece, just to make it as easy as possible to access everything. Because if I start building it out here, then I'll have to climb on top of that, and it just sounds like it'll be a lot more difficult. So I'm gonna keep bracing pretty much identically to this all the way up, and then we can build out the front bracing and then add the shelves. What are we talking about?
I'm just gonna stand here looking pretty.
So we have the bottom all done, like I showed you. I got this top bracing all done around the wall so that we can build it out. We're gonna do another one up there, and that's how I did the measurements. But seeing how tall that is, Stand up. He's 5'8", and so seeing how tall that is, it's just gonna be really high up there. We'll need not, we won't need a footstool, we'll need a full ladder. So we might add one up there later, but we're just gonna stick with this shelf for now. And so we did that bracing. So now what we're gonna do is put on the front piece here, and then we're going to do middle bracing for the bottom of the shelf, so that there's no issues with weight or anything like that. These are supposed to be super heavy duty, super secure. So we'll do the top shelf, then we'll do the bottom one.
We already did this one.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna put a leg right here.
Yeah. So let's start going up here, and then we'll see what else happens. Go.
It holds.
And there you guys have it. Our shelves are all complete. Now we get to fill it with a bunch of junk in there. Hopefully we can keep it pretty organized, but this is gonna give us an enormous amount of storage. It was very simple with just some 2x4s and some plywood and MDF. These dimensions are custom to our space, but the concept is still the same. So if you have a nook, or even not a nook, but even just on the side of your garage that you want some wood shelving, you can do the same thing we did.
Key tips, always find your studs. Your studs are gonna be the sturdy support, the base for everything. Here we went down into the concrete, so that adds to the bottom support for all the weight being pushed down. And then we built up on them so that that same level of support is carried out, because these are so deep, they can sag forward. So we had all of the support underneath, which is laid on that concrete base. So make sure it's all very well
Secured.
Make sure that the weight is distributed. As you can see over there, maybe-ish, we have supports underneath every so often. Those are very important, because no matter how strong your MDF, HDF, plywood is, the weight will sag it and eventually it'll start snapping everywhere. So make sure you pay attention to the little things, because they'll bite you in the long run.
Right. And we made this incredibly strong, or the goal was to make it incredibly strong, because it's in the garage. It's gonna hold tools and heavy things, and they are such large shelves. We wanted to make sure that there would be no issues, no sagging. There was no question. So that's why you could probably see us standing on this particular shelf quite a bit, because it is strong enough. We were both standing on there at one point, and I won't tell you how much that adds up to, but it was a lot of weight. So it'll be plenty for all of the tools and everything we put on there.
It's a lot of weight.
Make sure to like and subscribe before you close this video and hit that little bell to see what we're up to next.
Action. Welcome.
All right, put your hand on that brace right there. Oh gosh, please don't die.
Hold on my weight. Don't feel me. Okay. All right.